Thank you. My son also has a tortie because I work at the pet
Hold on
shelter.
1 second, guys. Just want to connect. We're just connecting now. All right. Hello, everyone. Nice to have you with us for this open Q&A. Ask me anything about self-publishing. This is April Cox, and I am live on YouTube. I'm also here live for those of you that want to join me on Zoom. I am at aprilcox.com/events, EVENTS. So if you are on YouTube and you want to join us live, feel free to come on in and join us. We have a few people here with us, and I think we've got some others that will be dialing in. But I do have, this is your opportunity to ask anything about self-publishing, and I am happy to share my knowledge from whether it's about writing or editing, illustrations, design, formatting, publishing, marketing, you name it, I am an open book. So why don't we get started by asking anyone here, do you have a specific question, comment, good things to share? Feel free to go ahead and take yourself off mute, ask your question, or just post it in the chat. Let's see. Let me also post that link here in Zoom. All right. So while I'm waiting for you guys to think or, to engage, have questions, whatever, I'm going to just do a little bit of housekeeping. I have some events coming up for those of you that are interested. We have a impact or idea to impact webinar for those of you who have an idea and you're considering or you're starting to lay out a manuscript, but maybe you've skipped over the critical part about validating your idea, doing some research, finding out whether or not the idea really has legs. Is it profitable? Is your niche overrun with other books on that same topic? If you have no idea whether any of that is true, then join the webinar. Let me just pull it up here at selfpubmadesimple.com/events. I'm just going to go in and just double check on the dates. I've got a couple of sessions out there already for folks. Okay, so events details. Let me see. I'm doing one in the afternoon and one in the evening. So regardless of whether 1 o'clock or 8 o'clock works best for you, let me just double check here. I've got From Idea to Impact on May 28th from 6:30 to 8. And that's a webinar where you're going to get, it's a week away, but you're going to get some really good step-by-step instructions and a workbook that you'll be able to use to take what you've learned and continue beyond the learning from the webinar. And then I'm doing on May 29th from 1 to 2:30 Eastern. So hopefully those will fit in for those that might have missed me when I ran through it the first time. And I think that it provides an awful lot of information that's really critical to verify an idea and even refine it to the point where you can be able to say with confidence that it has potential, there's demand, and that you are differentiating your idea from others that are out there, and that it's going to appeal to that target audience that is your perfect reader. So thoughts? Anybody have any suggestions, questions, anything else that you would like to see me work through with some of the upcoming events? Hi, Pat, welcome. I'm going to just share my screen for a second because I want to put a little plug in too for our mastermind. So part of what I do is have focus on events and training. And one of the offerings that I have is my Authorpreneur Mastermind. And these are all of the different sessions that as someone who is working through and trying to learn and continue to grow as an author or authorpreneur. So I have these free self-publishing Q&A, which I do have open. And then I have here authorpreneur open hours at 9 o'clock. Now, these are typically happening every week. I'm going to be doing an introduction to Amazon ads on the 26th of May for my mastermind group. Now, others, non-members can sign up for these, but it is at a fee-based. So and I also have book design and formatting with Praise Saffler. So if you want feedback on your book, on the cover design or things like that, you're able to drop in with my amazing graphic designer. If you're looking for help with print on demand setup, maybe you need help with keywords or categories, then I have a 2-hour block of time where I'm there for people who need help with their Amazon listing. Perhaps it's just not selling very well and you want somebody to take a look and suggest some things, some enhancements or things that you can do to make it more attractive. And then here we have that from idea to impact, Q&A, Canva for authors. That's something that has been very popular with the audience, where, trying to learn how to use Canva so that you can do social media and work through a lot of additional things on your own, like creating your own social media posts, maybe even a website design through Canva. There's a lot that you can do. And so we have that every other week. And then, so this will continue to go on and get refreshed every week. So if you're part of the mastermind, you can take advantage of all of these sessions at one price. It's $49 a month to be involved with the mastermind and $4.99 a year. So just something to consider if this is engaging in a community like this and continuing to learn and grow and hold yourself accountable in taking those next steps. This is available for you. It also provides some additional benefits of discount coaching and discounts on other programs and things that I do as well. All right. So Debbie asks a question: how do I find book awards? And a lot of the additional thing that comes with that is which are the right awards to look for. My focus initially when I first started was the Alliance of Independent Authors has a watchdog desk, and they evaluate book awards and they go through and they actually rank them. And so there's a place that I can pull up and share a link. Let me find that here. And then another area, or one thing that I would recommend everybody is create a free account with Book Award Pro. And you can set up a free account, upload your book, put information about the book that you are entering in. So the cover, a little bit of information about the genre. And then what Book Award Pro will do is they deliver you awards and reminders for awards that your book would be eligible for. And all of that is free. They do have some additional services if you want to upgrade your account. They'll do things like, submit your book for an award every month for a certain fee. And it includes the fee for the award. So those kinds of things are available to you if you're interested, but it's not required. You can still just take advantage of that free account. Alliance of Independent Authors Book Awards. Let's see. I know that this is a book award contest ratings. Okay, so I'm going to share the link here, and everybody should bookmark this because it is really helpful. There we go. I'm going to share my screen for a moment. Okay, let me also just go over to YouTube and post that. Okay, so if you look at Book Award this link that I posted here for the Alliance of Independent Authors. They go through and rank the awards. And what I love about it is that the ratings, you have excellent, meaning like this is a partner membership, it's highly recommended. The blue, mixed means, you know, it's not, it hasn't made it up to recommended, but it's got some good things and some bad things. And then there's some caution ones and watchdog advisory ones. So you don't want to get stuck to, and now it has a list of all of the awards, and this one's in alphabetical order. And then a link to where their website is, as well as, look at this, pro, below average entry fee. The con is see the watchdog advisory issued against Adelaide Books and its principal, Stephen Nakolic. Now, I would have never known that there was any issue with this had I not come here and realized that this, you know, because it looks like a $25 award, sounds like a good idea. Maybe I would, if I wasn't checking here, I might not have had any idea at all that there was an advisory about that particular award. So you can see all of the different links. You see what is available as far as pricing. Some of the awards are free and recommended, and it talks about pros and cons for the award, and it gives you the information that you need. So I would look, and there are some, like this one says caution, clear guidelines is a pro. Con does not clearly disclose judging criteria. So there are some things that it was saying caution, because if they're not really open with the judging criteria and how the how people are being judged, then that's a red flag typically. So you can see, and the Alliance of Independent Authors is highly recommended organization to be a part of. I'm a partner member, and this watchdog desk of theirs and all of the free discounts and things that they offer to members is highly recommended. So this is free for everybody, but if you happen to be a member of the Alliance of Independent Authors, there's a whole bunch of benefits for doing that, including discounts from their partner members like me. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. Any questions on awards before I move on? Oh, one thing I wanted to add before I say anything else is the individual from Book Award Pro who populates all the awards and everything that's in their system is the same person that provides all of the information to the Alliance of Independent Authors. So I love the idea that she's involved in both places. She's helping and highly understands the pros and cons of all of these awards, and she's doing the research and helping the Alliance of Independent Authors when it comes to identifying and evaluating new awards. So you can get, you can depend on the information that you see also on the Book Award Pro account. Okay. All right. So Debbie, did that answer your question? Hopefully that will help you get, you know, some good ideas. I will say that you can go crazy with awards. Just be careful, because when I first had my first book, I think I applied to every single award out there. My budget was going a little crazy. And of course, editorial reviews and things like that can be very expensive. So just, you know, do what you can afford and take a look at the most highly recommended. Take a look at those that are well respected in your particular genre. And if you're wondering about which ones those are, you can always ask, or we can, you know, take a look at what some of the best sellers in your niche are, and what are some of the awards that they are that they have touted on their book page, and it gives you a little bit of a sense of maybe some of the ones that you might want to look at. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. And so Pat says, how do we find the best influencers? So I would say an influencer, let's just define what an influencer is first. It's anybody that shares your basic audience, right? That shares or overlaps the audience that you are targeting. So for Pat, it's children's books, right? And these are children's books for boys, toddlers, train books, things like that, that help with self-esteem, right? So I would look for people like that. Now, an influencer could be anybody that has a following. I'm an influencer if you count, my 10,000 or so people on YouTube and my email list and my social media followers. So I'm always going to be there to help support my authors and to help get the word out about your books. So don't lose out on that opportunity and forget to engage with me and my team so that we can help you with promotion. But if you're looking for someone, let's start by the different types of places you can find influencers. YouTube, there's a bunch of people reading books, many of them reading toddler books, right? Read alouds. And if you can contact these, so if you go onto YouTube and you search for read alouds for toddler books or something like that, and you can evaluate and see what kind of views are they getting, what kind of job do they do on what they're on how they're doing the read alouds. Maybe that will work for you as well, and start making a list, maybe reaching out to some of them. You can also take a look at folks that that have podcasts out there for you. For example, if let's say Reading with Your Kids podcast is a great one that I always recommend all my authors schedule time with Jedley and get on the podcast. And he will interview you. He's got a popular podcast on iHeartRadio. It's always at the top of the family focused or family friendly podcasts. It's always at the like the top 3 or top 5. So it's very highly recommended. There are plenty of other podcasts that if you look at who you are, not just what your book is about, but for example, Pat is an author who has retired and is in her in the senior season, I'll call it, right? So I am too, but so if there is a podcast about reinventing yourself after a certain age, or finding or new stuff in retirement, you could easily have individuals that you can schedule yourself on their podcast, and the people that are watching that podcast are very likely retirees and folks like yourself, but have grandchildren, and they have everybody is going to have a need for children's books for Christmas time. So it's a good opportunity to just get some additional followers, additional information, and get information about you and your book out there. So that's one. There's also opportunities to use hashtags in things like Instagram. If you're on Instagram and you're searching for, let's just say, children's books or read alouds, you're going to get a bunch of different hashtags pop up. And I can demonstrate and actually walk through that so that you know what I'm talking about here. Hold on. Okay, so I'm going to go to Instagram. All right. So if I hit the search and I go to children's books. So now you're seeing a bunch of different individuals: Children's Bookshelf, Books of Wonder, Little Tiger Books, Carolyn Watkins, who's one of my authors, Random House Kids, right? So let's just go to Children's Bookshelf. So what I would typically look for is someone who has a decent amount of followers, like 27,000 followers. That's really good. It's not millions, right? They have a decent amount of posts. They post about children's books, right? They may or may not do reviews, but it's worthwhile to start, and I'm following them already, but you can, if you're not following someone and you see, hey, they're engaging, one of the things to look for is when they post, how much engagement do they get on the post? So they've got, 47 likes on this post, 1 comment. That's not bad. 67 likes, 0 comments. So I'm looking for comments, a lot of comments on posts. That means that it's not just bots going in liking things, but actually people engaging. And I'm not seeing a whole lot of engagement here. So it's not as engaged of a community as I would like to see and to work through. So you also will see a link to their website here that you can follow up on and take a look and see. This says it's a small collective of passionate teachers promoting literacy and a love for books. So if you think your book would be great to promote to teachers, this might be a good one. Although the red flag for me is the lack of oh, here, this one has 7 comments. What is the law? So that one's a little bit better of engagement. Okay. So the other thing, if we go in to search for, kid lit or some kind of comment of hashtag that is very similar to, or that is used by a lot of posts around children's books, you can search for the hashtag. And if you say, well, I don't even know what hashtags are used, find somebody who is posting like this. We search children's books, and usually you can see they'll have all the hashtags that are popular. So hashtag kids book, hashtag books for kids. You can copy these, but let's go ahead and search for hashtag kids book. Now we've searched it. And what happens is this hashtag is actually searchable. So everybody who has posted using this hashtag will come up. And here, let's take a look at this. 1,791 likes, 46 comments. So I'm like, wow, that's a lot of engagement. Who is this? It's Ellie Colors. So this is an illustrator. Okay, not bad. I mean, maybe somebody that you would want to connect to and potentially follow. We're looking for somebody who is a little bit different. Now look, the big mess, 126 likes, 163 comments. Wow, where did that come from? And it also gives you an idea of the type of posts that are getting a lot of engagement too, because you can learn something going through that as well. New kids book, it's time for a giveaway. So this is a giveaway, and it says tag at least 3 friends. Each need to comment with a tag, and that counts for a separate. So this kind of giveaway encourages an awful lot of engagement. And then the more engagement that it gets, the more it gets shown to other people. It also is asking to tag other people. So as you tag as people are then tagging 2 other friends in order to to be entered into this, they're also engaging. Those people are engaging with it as well. So it's quite interesting. Oh, we need this. The sibling rivalry is strong lately. So this is, it's beautifully illustrated. It's a pretty cover. But what I would do is look at, oops, let's go back to this Ellie Colors. Oh, sorry, that was the wrong one. I am gonna go backwards. Yeah, let's go to the big mess. This is So Speak Media and Justin Wheely. So Justin seems to be the author, Christian author so a lot of this is him talking and then talking about his book. So is this an influencer? Not necessarily. Maybe it's an author that you could cross promote with. But so these kinds of things, searching through and trying to find influencers can be tedious. So I'll give you a little shortcut for some of the things that I've been doing lately with the AI tool that I use. Before I go there though, Pat, I saw your hand up. Did you want to comment or ask a question?
Quick questions. This is great, this information. I do have an Instagram account and I do use it, not like I do Facebook. How many hashtags are too many? Like if I'm going to promote not just my book, but I want to show a train or trolley that was used at the World's Fair. How many hashtags would you say?
Yeah, that's a good question. I've seen that has changed. It used to be 30, use 30. Now
Wow.
now I think that has changed. And so in order to answer that question, because I'm not a social media manager myself, we're going to go into the AI and we're going to just do a little something. If it's okay with you,
Sure.
I'm going to use you as an example and we'll just use your case. Let's see. So I'm going to authorpreneur.ai, which is built off of ChatGPT. You can do this with ChatGPT as well. So I'm going to say act as a social media manager and expert in children's book marketing. Okay, so we're going to, I have a book for ages 3 to 7, which is about trolleys. I am looking to identify influencers and hashtags to use so I can increase my exposure and engagement. Okay, so let's see what the AI says. Can you see this okay, or do I need to zoom in a little bit more? I'll do a little bit of zooming. Okay, excited to assist you in boosting the visibility and engagement of your children's book. Okay, influencer recommendations. So, Rosie at Library Mom Books. These are, top children's book influencers. And you have all of the hashtags and everything right here. It's crazy. So there's 10. You can ask for more. Now let's go see what at Library Mom Books is. So let's just see if this is doing a good job or not. So here's Library Mom Books. And here she is. She does a ton of book reviews. So this is a perfect influencer for us. 94,000 followers. Obviously, there's a relationship you're going to need to build, or in order to reach out. But she is a children's book reviewer, connecting you with the best book for kids. Follow for book suggestions, and then you've got her .com, right? So when you go to her website, there's probably additional information about how to engage with her, and potentially to get some additional a review of your own book. One of the things you could offer is a free book for her to add to a giveaway, and one for her library as well. So teacher appreciation. So there's a lot here. And if we're looking at engagement, let's see. So she does, fancy things here. She's got a number of people that are replying and commenting on her link. And I love this because she's saying, she puts these lists together, and then people comment list, and then they get her list of books. So if your book can, if you can make a case that your book belongs on one of her lists, it could be a big boost for you for sales. But it's definitely worth following her. I would say the bare minimum, follow her, comment on her posts, maybe even share some of her posts, and show that you are engaged with her content, because a lot of engaging with an influencer is really building a relationship. And it might be that 94,000 followers is a little too much. Maybe she doesn't have time for us little guys, who knows. But the other thing that I would say to the ChatGPT is, these guys have a lot of followers. You have like, let's go and find some influencers that are more like around 35,000 followers. And all we have to do is go through and ask that question, and I'll show you. And here's top hashtags for children's books. It says utilizing the right hashtags can increase your discoverability. So this did all of this stuff in a very quick, in a matter of moments. Here's trolley themed and niche hashtags. So trolley books, transportation books, train books for kids. So these are all great ones for you to use, Pat. And so tips for collaborating, personalize your outreach, provide review copies, engage with their content, and offer exclusive content. So you might say, hey, I'd like to do something special for your people. Not only will I give you a copy for you, a copy to give away, but I'd also like to offer a little something that I don't do for everybody else for your particular group, like some sort of freebie or exclusive behind the scenes content for you. So, these are some of the recommendations, and I think that's a good one. So I would say, oh, there was another question you asked, and now it's slipping through my mind. How many hashtags should I use in a post? Let's see what it has to say, because I don't know what that is, but this, when we ask it to become or to be our social media expert, as of 2024, the optimal range is 5 to 11. The maximum allowed is 30. So we used to put 30. Now they're like, no, just, if you can do 5, now 5 to 11 is optimum. Why not max out? Because if you're overloading your post with hashtags, it can look spammy and may reduce engagement. And here's some tips on how to use hashtags. So you mix broad and niche hashtags like hashtag children's books with hashtag trolley books for kids, right? So you can mix those and use them in the caption or the first comment. Rotate the hashtags so that you can get in front of different people. And Instagram may reduce your reach if it suspects you're copy pasting too much. So if you're copying and pasting hashtags in, and they're always the same, I had no idea that would reduce how much Instagram shows your posts, but that makes sense. Create a branded hashtag like Trolley Adventures by, and then your name, or Ride with Trolley Book. Your own version of a hashtag to kind of create a brand for yourself. So here's a strong example for a post about your trolley themed children's book. All aboard, our newest story takes young readers on a trolley adventure they won't forget. Perfect for kids 3 to 7 who love vehicles, fun characters, and engaging tales. And then here's, the different hashtags that they put. So it's an easy and simple format. One of the other things that I found recently using the most up-to-date version of ChatGPT is, can you create the image that I can use for this post above? It's doing a really good job. It actually even created my most recent thumbnail on YouTube. I was like, I can't even believe that it could do that. But it took a picture of me that I uploaded and a picture of the individual that I had been interviewing from the video. And then it put the video thumbnail together and it looked fine. I was very surprised. So if you think that the AI is not doing really well on images, that's old news. It's really doing a fantastic job at creating things for your social media. So let's see what it comes up with. Go ahead, Debbie, you have a question?
Yes. You said it took the image from your video. Did you have to put the video in, or did it do the video for you?
It asked me to put well, first I put a link to the video and it said, sorry, we don't have the ability to download from a link on YouTube. So could you upload the video? And I did. So I clicked this little plus sign over here and I uploaded the video, and then I uploaded one image of me that was like my headshot. But look at this. All aboard. Our new story takes young readers on a trolley adventure they won't forget. And of course it's putting that, but I mean, you can see that it generated a really cute image, right? It's not Delmar the Dinky, but it is when you're doing things like sharing a quote. Let's create ideas for quotes for other posts that I can create for my social media. And if you're just not sure, ask your AI to be your social media manager and strategist, but make sure you tell it that that's the role that you want it to play. So here's 15 creative quotes that you can use. Toot toot, where will the trolley take you today? Great as a call to comment, engage kids and parents. Engagement questions. If your child could hop on a trolley and go anywhere in the world, real or imaginary, where would they go? And ask parents to comment with their child's dream destination. That's kind of interesting. So try to get more engagement by asking questions. Who's your little reader's favorite book character and why? That's good. I'm going to say, let's do number 7, create the image for Instagram. I'll even be polite and say, please. And you'll see that it'll start pulling things together. You just be very surprised at how much more you can get accomplished by using AI to help brainstorm this stuff. Okay, go ahead, Debbie.
When you are getting quotes from AI, I would start with my own quote, have a couple of them.
Yeah.
2 or 3, and put it on Facebook, Instagram, and ask people what they think a good quote would be, and have them vote on the ones that you have. And then just take them and go to AI and do what you want and go, thanks, Betty, I loved your quote.
Yeah, I love it. That's a great idea. And here's a nice little, it's using children's book font. Who's your little reader's favorite book character and why? That's a great little post, just to engage parents. Now you're getting parents or people that have grandparents, whatever. Who's your little reader's favorite book character? Just a great way to get a lot of engagement. And when you get a lot of engagement, Instagram will just show your book much more often. It'll show more of your posts again and again. So that's a really good way to do it. I was also told today, actually yesterday, I met with a social media manager. I'm going to be scheduling her to come in and do an event with us, probably the second week of June. But she is great. And she was telling me, she looked at my social media and said, April, you need to do more reels. You're not doing enough reels. Those are really important. And so she's going to talk to us and actually do a little presentation for us. So I'm really excited about that. Go ahead, Pat, you had a question?
Are you saying that, like what's in front of us now and the other quotes that you created above, that's what you would post on your Instagram account?
Yeah, you could. I would post this. That looks great. And you just click this little download, and then you can pop it into your Instagram. Just upload it right into Instagram.
And the other quotes above that you did, like the 5 or 7, where would you put those quotes? Oh no, those are visual content, right? Engagement questions. Where would you put those, in your Instagram account or your Facebook author page?
You could do anywhere, but usually when I'm doing social media, I'm creating one post and then it's sending it out to Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and others. So it sends it to all of the different ones that I use. But here's one, that was the one we just went through. Right. Trolley or train, what's your little one's favorite ride? That's a cute little question, right? What's one bedtime book your family can't live without? Now, if I was writing bedtime books, it would be kind of, a bedtime story or whatever. Bonus, recommend yours at the end of the post.
So-
And you could record a video asking these questions. Introduce yourself. Hey, I'm a children's book author. Who's your little favorite, your little reader's favorite book character and why? Post it in the comments. And if you tag a question about children's books, I'll answer it in the next video or whatever, like something, like just a little something. Video helps make you more personable and more relatable, especially if you're being your authentic self, warts and all. I am not the most engaging person online that you'll find on YouTube or whatever, but I am just uniquely me, and that's just who I am. And as people that are attracted to what I create and how I talk and what I share are going to follow me as a result of that. We just need to make sure we're doing things to give ourselves the visibility that we deserve. Okay. What do you think, Pat? Can you do these things?
Yeah, I can do it. And say, for example, that #1 quote, any of us could use that. The best journey begins with a little imagination. And for me, it's a trolley ride. For the others in here could be something else. And what you're saying is myself and any of the others on the call
Yes.
or YouTube could put that into their Instagram post or their Facebook author page or
That's
wherever.
right. And if you said, let's do #1, and then you hit this plus and you upload a photo of Delmar, the Dinky, who's your main character.
Oh,
And I would say, please use the image of my trolley or the post.
okay.
And then it'll create the post and the size and you can say, add this text to it. And then if you don't like what it generates, say, remove the text or change this or that, and then it'll regenerate it.
Okay.
And
I didn't
the
know
more
what
you
that-
work with it, the better that your prompting will get. So yeah, you just practice, you'll get better at prompting. Let's just say the best and #1 most important thing is that that you need to #1, let it know what role is it filling today. It's going to load a different knowledge base, right? So when you tell it, act as this, now it's loading that knowledge base of, oh, these are all the tips and things about social media, right? That it's going to be a part of. If I say, help me with my business plan, which is what I've been doing lately with a lot of the stuff, it is going to open a whole different knowledge base, right? So you're able to just connect and continue to learn how to prompt, but you'll see what works for you and what doesn't. And there's lots of tips and tricks. Just get started. Just try one. Move forward a little at a time, but it'll make it as simple as possible for you, especially if you let it know that, hey, I don't quite understand what you mean. Can you say that so that a 6-year-old could understand it or whatever? You can actually, just communicate in exact language that you're feeling, and it will continue to help you do what you need to do.
Thank you.
So yeah, I like it. I'm going to quickly check in with my folks here on YouTube. I don't see any questions posted there. I'm going to just stop my share and see if there's anything else here. Influencers, right, Victoria? Any questions from those that are here live with me? Anything that you're struggling with or that you'd like me to walk through? I'm happy to do that.
I just want to make a comment. I'm so glad you did that because I don't know why. The influencers always bothered me. I only go like, I might check them out, but then I don't know what to do. So you're walking us through it and showing us that is awesome. So that's very, very helpful. So
and I mean, you could spend hours on Instagram trying to find influencers when in a matter of seconds, we ended up with a whole ton of them right from ChatGPT. So it's ways of, I'd like to show you, there are ways you can go in and find them here or go on YouTube and search for things like read alouds and see who comes up at the top of the list. Maybe those are are folks you need to look at. But you can also really expedite things. I've been amazed at what ChatGPT can do with keywords, recommendations, book descriptions, social media. It's just, and it's getting better and better and better every day. It's crazy.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. I'll show you the, let me go to YouTube and show you the thumbnail that it created for me. I mean, it's not perfect, but I wanted a thumbnail, and I know the guy that usually does it for me was going to be away all week. So I was like, oh, well, let me see if ChatGPT can do anything with it. Let me show you what it came up with. Hold on. Whoops. Wrong link. Let's see. View my channel, and then let's see. By the way, I did post the video. That is the replay from when I had Jenebeth Ortiz on with me. I'll just share my screen. So this is the video. So I uploaded, my headshot. It put my hand like this and like some kind of surprised look, and it took this image over here from the photo, or I should say the video inside of Jenebeth, and it put stop using print on demand ? And then it showed what a print on demand book might look like versus something that's more of a higher quality. So I just thought it was great. And if you missed out on the Marketing Monday session where we talked about the print on demand versus digital versus offset, and Jenebeth answered a ton of questions and gave us like a master's degree in printing, how books are made, and all of the ins and outs of creating a high quality book. She's also my go-to person for the printing. So if you're interested and you haven't had a chance to watch that, you can get a lot of knowledge and information about that. Now, these are the ones that I pay somebody to create. I don't think this was that much different than what I normally have somebody else create for me. So interesting. I was amazed that it actually did that. Now I'm just waiting for to be able to go to some AI and just give it a video link for something that I recorded, like what we're doing right now, and just have it create everything that I need without having to manually edit things myself. So I'm sure that there is an AI out there that does it. I'm just on the hunt to make my life a little easier with editing. All right. So we are just about at the top of the hour. If there's no more questions here, then I will go ahead. Let me just stop. Move the spotlight on Victoria. Okay, so I will I'll sign off with the folks that are live on YouTube with me and say goodbye. Join me, please, on these Wednesday sessions. Bring your questions. I'm here to answer and provide you with a little bit of knowledge that I can share from the 7 years that I've been doing this with authors, children's book authors, business authors, memoirs, you name it. I have probably helped publish it. So join me and connect. And if you are appreciating the learning that you're doing, then please do subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are working on getting to that 10,000 subscriber list. We're at 9,780. So share it with friends and tag somebody that might be interested in self-publishing. I am going to disconnect now, but I'll see you next week on Wednesday. And thanks for joining. Let me just stop this here. Okay, stop.